when I'm going through it, I'm learning. I'm learning about me. I'm learning about you. I'm learning about God. I'm learning about how God moves. Come on and say, go through it. I'm learning my weaknesses. I'm learning my strengths. I'm learning my vulnerabilities. Teach on, Bishop Porter. I'm learning my proclivities. Teach on, Bishop Porter. I'm learning about what's in my soul. Because hardship has a way of scraping against the soul of your life. It brings stuff out of you that you never knew was there. My God, somebody say it reaches down into areas and brings out stuff in us that I never knew was there. What manner of man have I been all of this time? But going through this thing, it has brought out some stuff in my childhood that I thought I was over. Tell your neighbor, go through it. My God, go through it, 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 go through it. When he has tried me, I shall come forth as pure gold. Go through it, go through it. Preach on, Bishop, I think I will. I'm just going to wait till my change come. Go through it, go through it, go through it. And the peace of God shall guard my heart and keep me in perfect peace. Go through it, go through. Yea, though I walk through the valleys and the shadows of death, I will fear no evil, for thou art with me. Go through it. You may have to walk alone, but you go through it. Because in your going through, you lose some stuff. But you gain so much more. Go through it. Walk through the path of righteousness for his name's sake. So I just walked through it. I learned how to live on the rocky shores of Maine. And I learned how to live on the sandy beaches of California. I learned how to live in a rainstorm. But I learned how to live in sunshine. I've become like Paul. I've learned how to abase when really I'm abounding. I've learned how to live on little when I used to have much. I've learned how to bear my burdens in the heat of the day. For when he has tried me, I shall come forth as pure gold. Surely goodness and mercy shall follow me. I'll look over my shoulder and say, stay with me. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Go through it. Go through it. Look at your neighbors and go through it. Go through it. Go through it. Dry your tears. Go through it. Yeah. Yes. And then he said, after I go through it, I learn I'm going to grow through it. I'm not just going to get through it. I'm going to grow by it. I'm going to be better. My life is going to be inspired. My very beings are going to be inspired. I'm going to grow in my knowledge of the Lord and my Savior Jesus. I'm going to grow about who God is. I'm going to grow in my testimony. Y'all ain't listening to me. I'm going to grow so the next time this thing comes by me, I can spot it and say, I know who you are. I've grown. Let your enemies see you on the other side of this, and they'll look at you and say, what happened to you? You don't look the same. You don't talk the same. You ought to tell him, I grew through it. I stopped crying and I grew through it. I stopped worrying and I grew through it. I'm stronger. I'm wiser. I'm better. Yeah. 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 Touch your neighbors and grow through it.